Want to do a video? Do you want to do a video? Do you want to see the video? Have you come here for the video? He has lost his mind. This is a professional video made by professionals to be viewed by other professionals.
So today we're checking out a new monitor from Samsung. They're calling it the M7 Smart Monitor, and unlike previous monitors which stand to just sort of be your computer display or gaming display, this one they're treating sort of more like an all-in-one solution to also be your TV, because it has the smart TV apps built into it as well. So it's an all-in-one display. You can imagine it in a bedroom or a dorm room or even like a small apartment where you would have this 32-inch screen that can kind of do everything. It's UHD, so you have your 4K on there. USB Type-C is built in, remote access, adaptive picture, and ultra-wide game view. Of course, they've also got compatibility over here for Samsung DeX and Windows 10. And the entire thing is powered by Samsung's Tizen. So first up, we have the display. I'll set that to the side. Also in the package, this plate, accessories, and another portion of the stand, which I guess clicks into here and then into there. So let's check out this bag first. We have a USB Type-C cable, a remote, seeing as how this is a smart display and a monitor. So now you can control it from bed. You have a little touchpad in the center. It's got a kind of unique shape to it as well. Tactile buttons for up, down, navigating the menu. You have a dedicated Netflix button and a Prime Video button, home, and then this touchpad. Looks like it's using IR technology as well. Slide down the back. That's where you slap your batteries in. And yes, they have included a pair of AA batteries. You also have a power cable in here, and an HDMI cable is also included, so that's kind of nice. This part of the stand is metal, by the way, super thin. And then this portion has some cable management built into it as well. Your hardware is in here to hook everything up. Oh, interesting. All right, so this has a relatively matte finish on the display. Many different plastic sections to peel. Very trim bezel around at least 3 sides, and even the chin is not that big, but like around these sides, very slim. So as we look around the back here, you can see that you have the ability to mount it as well via VESA. And then you also have a number of USB inputs, so it can behave as a USB hub. And then down here for video inputs, you have 2 HDMIs. The first one supporting ARC. That's where you connect your Type-C cable, 65 watt capable. And then your power cord, there's no external power brick necessary, so your power cord inserts right here. Like, the thing about it being a TV with the variety of smart apps is you're gonna get all your streaming services and things natively on it. And same goes for AirPlay. So it's like wirelessly capable with no need to add an external streaming box. You don't need any type of Apple TV or any type of Roku because you have the smart TV already. And that's a little easier to interact with from your bed as opposed to just having your computer interface. Let me just put, I'm just gonna put on the stand right now since we're here. All right, so first up, this one is gonna go here. This is probably not the way you're supposed to do this. They never like it when you put your display face down. They're like, hey, put a blanket or something, dude. Jeez.
All right, let me paint a picture for you. You want one display to rule them all. You want one display that can do everything in one room, so you don't have to have like multiple different setups to do different things. That's where this comes in. And so we have established, set up sort of an optimal do-all, do-everything type of environment. So We got the display in the center. We got the PC over here. We have a keyboard and a dedicated editing piece of hardware. We have a PlayStation 5 heading into the HDMI connection on the display. We have a dedicated remote so that we can kick back. And Kirk, maybe you just want to show the surroundings a little bit here. So the desk is here, your desk chair is here, but maybe you have a couch or some other kind of, well, a bed, I guess, in a bedroom. You have another spot that you like to kick back when you're not doing work. Now, normally, what would happen is you would be doing your work or whatever, and you'd head to a website. Maybe you would go to the Netflix website, click play on something, and then head over here, sit down, watch the thing. But what if you don't like it? What if you want to change to a different source, to a different streaming service? What if you quickly have to check something on YouTube or so forth? With this display, you're not stuck once you get back there. You have the whole smart TV setup on here. And so if I click home, what you'll see across the bottom, I mean, we got Netflix, Prime Video, Apple TV, YouTube, and this is all accessible from the remote, from the direction pad. So like as I click through, you can see, like, I mean, I can even scroll individual Netflix shows. By the way, shout out Sweet Tooth, because I watched that one with the kids. Prime Video, Apple TV, and I can see the content to choose from without even launching into the dedicated app. Ooh, tremendous settings. Picture modes are in there, so you've got from your dynamic to your standard. There's even a filmmaker mode if you want something a little bit more accurate or less poppy. Of course, we have picture size settings. I mean, you have your typical display stuff is built in. Now, because it's also being used as an entertainment monitor, you do have speakers built in. And of course, you could use external speakers if you wanted to, but one of the nice things here, one monitor to rule them all, is that you have some usable speakers built in that you can be a fair distance away from. Of course, you also have a game mode, which is going to be your low input lag mode. And so that's going to give you that nice, quick feedback on the screen from your inputs during your gameplay. Well, there's a couple of other apps too. And I don't know if this is going to expand, but presumably this could expand. You have Apple Music and Facebook Watch, and you can pin them this little bar down here. There's even a web browser built in. So it's your smart TV stuff, but in what would more usually be considered a computer monitor. But like this is the point. 2 for 1 is what you're getting. All right, so first things first, I'm going to switch my input to the computer. That's HDMI 2. So here's an example of how you would use this. So I've got Resolve opened up. You might be on a timeline just sitting there. You might be editing this actual video. This is the unboxing portion of this particular monitor. At some point, you may want to switch over to your PlayStation 5, in which case I would once again reach for my input and go back to HDMI 1. And now I've got my PlayStation 5 and I can come lean back over here. I could be gaming. Now, again, we have a chair set up just because it was convenient. Woo! I'm going to die. I'm going to die. Wow. This is that new Ratchet and Clank. And I got to tell you, this controller feedback is quite... I haven't played this game before. I'm out of ammo. What do I got to do? Pick up the different... Holy baby. You can fight them like that. We can fight them like that. We can fight them like that. Just button mash them. Wow, there's a lot of stuff moving around. We need Willie Do because apparently he's been cooking this game at home. Okay, anyways, yes, you get the point. So if this was your bed, this is where I really see this thing killing, is inside of the bedroom, the dorm room, these type of scenarios. Where you're limited on space, you're trying to be efficient and minimal with it, and you want one display that is as useful from a distant position as it is from an up-close position. And I should probably test the audio a little bit louder. Yes, sir, they're down-firing speakers. Oh, and also it's got the nice voice search stuff because you got the microphone in there. Again, normally your PC monitor wouldn't have this stuff, so I could just be like, search unbox therapy on YouTube. See what I mean? And that was a universal search, actually. It wasn't even the inside of YouTube search. So I could have been in any app and quickly transitioned over to that if I wanted to. Okay, let me turn this down real quick. This is These are pretty loud speakers. So I just realized something as well looking at the remote. It's cool what they did here. So I thought these were just buttons that you can press down, and they are. So take, for example, the volume button. If I press down on it, it mutes the audio. So it's like a really quick mute button. But it's also capable of being pressed up and down to control the volume. So they got it in one place. So that's a super quick mute and then a super quick up. I like that. I never go find and use the dedicated mute button on the remote. About time they put it in one place. Here's a volume. So that's 100. You know, it's not going to replace some kind of full external sound system. But as far as monitors go, it's pretty loud. Okay, cool. Now, there's one thing I had to mention that we haven't touched on yet. It is also AirPlay capable, the most recent AirPlay capable. So I could pop out a phone and go from here and be like, oh, I'm gonna AirPlay that same episode. Samsung M732, and look how quickly, check it. Blue later link to device. That's it. So another way to control at a distance, but you can go, I can do voice search. Right on the TV, and I can also interact with it this way. Voice search there. Oh, laptop. What I can do with the latest AirPlay and this display is do a laptop-based dual monitor setup without the wire. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So currently that's AirPlaying from my phone. So right within the settings over here, when you go to AirPlay, you can see it's off, AirPlay display, and then you can see the options pop up. So typically this would be if you had like other Apple TVs or something like that, but you don't need an external device. You just go to Samsung M7, and then I click that, and the code pops up. So check it out, 5401, put it in, and by default, I'm gonna be in the mirror mode, which is useful. This is amazing because like obviously I can take this with me and mirror whatever I'm looking at up on a big TV. But what's really cool, the arrangement and turn off mirror display, and then I have extended desktop, and that one over there can be my default desktop. Check it out, and I can drag over to this desktop. So I have a dual display setup. So if I had this laptop over here, I have Final Cut Pro up there. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? I'm talking dual display. I'm talking no wire. I'm talking no wire. I'm talking dual display. Not mirrored. Not mirrored. Not AirPlay mirrored. I'm talking about an actual extended desktop. I feel the need to reiterate. Look at the speed at which I am pulling the frame between the two, even though there's no wire. That's on the laptop. The source here is the laptop. So anyway, I'm talking about wireless extended desktop, and it's natively built into the TV, which I think is pretty useful. You can probably tell the story here is versatility. The story here is not needing to connect any type of external device to do that. So normally you would need like an Apple TV or something like that in order to even have any type of mirroring, something along those lines. Here we can do it all baked into the display. So you could have as minimalist of a setup as you might want. For example, on this setup, you could get rid of this PC. You could get rid of this PlayStation. If you were satisfied, you wanted the most minimal thing possible, you could just have a dual display setup with a laptop that you could just take with you and go. And that's the end of it. And then have all your smart TV functions built in there when the laptop is not present or when you have it on the couch. So it's pretty cool and pretty versatile. I put this in my adventure van. You know what I mean? Because then if I needed to get some work done and needed like a bigger monitor, I could just come from the laptop. But then also, when I want to get into lean back mode, it's so many options. It's like AirPlay from the phone, AirPlay from the iPad if you wanted, or forget about AirPlay altogether. Just use the app. Forget it. You've got decent voice search built in, or you can use the voice search inside of the YouTube app. It's like, man, options. Yeah, I like options. I like it.